I describe the work that I do as colourful and rich. I try and get the work to a point where there's so many layers that it kind of fizzes and makes your eyes pop. I can't remember a time when I didn't want to be a painter. And I think the furthest back I can remember thinking about that is on holiday in America with my family when we went to visit an artist studio who painted massive abstract pieces. And I just thought, I want to make massive abstract paintings. And since then I've just thought I want to be a painter, and then every time anyone asked me what I was going to do when I was older, I'd just say, I want to be a painter. And they say, you're going to be poor. Maybe. And I just, yeah, and then just always wanted to do that, really. Ideas come from all over the place. I used to get all my painting titles from overheard bits of conversation. So I was in Luton Airport once, and a woman, an Australian woman, next to me was phoning her mum, and all she said was, "I'm alive and it's raining in London," which I loved because of lots of reasons. And there's so much unsaid story in that sort of one sentence. And that's all she said to her. Great, so I use that as a story. Inspiration comes from doodles. Inspiration comes from things that make me laugh. I used to just draw blobs with faces and then give them a name based on what they looked like they were called. And it's amazing the instant world that gives something utterly ridiculous. When you name it, you start to imagine what it had for breakfast, and that inspires me. I'd say the main character in my work is called Megan. She started off as a doodle, which then developed into kind of a scene from a story, which didn't exist. And then that just developed into kind of this world, and I gradually realised that they were all connected and they all lived in the same universe. And now I'm pick bits of the story, and it's not all very coherent. I know how it begins, I know how it ends, and the middle bit is hazy. She's got an epic backstory that I can just sort of dip into and out of and just choose bits of her story to paint, and then it makes sense because it's related to all these other stories. I think about it way too much and say it out loud to people, and they're like, oh. Oh right, I thought it was just a picture. It was just, yeah. When I was at uni, one of the tutors, who I didn't particularly get on with, said something like, it was only until I didn't understand what art was until I reached my 50s, and now I understand what art is. It's like, and he made it sound like art is some magic thing that only a select kind of few people with a level of understanding or education kind of understand. But people experience art kind of every day in their lives, I think. I think art is emotion made kind of tangible or physical, or not even physical, into an experience. And it might be what art is. Art just might be a picture of some flowers, but I don't really do those, so. I want to keep developing the paintings. I want to keep getting better. I want more time to draw and sketch and think. Sketchbooks full of ideas that I've never made and that just get discarded because other things happen. I would like the opportunity to keep exploring what's going on in my head.